We love special, unexpected guests at Making It Grow, and today we have one. We're so happy to have some of our Clemson 4-H agents who are visiting in Sumter. And first we have Miracle Lewis. And Miracle, I think you're kind of new to 4-H agentry. Tell me about you and your background.
Yes, ma'am. I did an internship for a year before I was hired. I started about 3 months ago. I was raised on a family farm, growing produce, goats, chickens, rabbits, horses, anything you could think of. And I'm only a part-time agent, so for my other part-time job, I'll be starting a produce business this year.
Now, you are the only child and a young lady. What was it like working on the farm? Did you like it from the start, or was it like, oh, I want to go to town?
Oh, I always loved it. I think they thought since they couldn't have a boy, they may as well teach me everything one would do.
And you told me that now some of the things you're doing are really kind of big productions. Tell me about your orchard.
Yes, ma'am. I have 100 peach trees and 100 grapevines. I wanted to plant a lot more than that, but I wanted to start out small, so if they do well, I plan on planting a lot more.
I don't think 100 of peach trees and grapevines, muscadines, is starting out small. Well, we're real excited. And what area of Horry County will you be working with kids in?
I'll be working mostly in Conway, Loris, Myrtle Beach, Surfside.
And your home is?
It's in Loris, actually the Baber community.
All righty. Well, we're so happy that you came all the way to Sumter today. Beverley, Connelly-Brown, and our old friends from way back. And Beverley, you've been doing 4-H in Beaufort. And tell me about what you normally do down there.
I usually go to the schools and do a lot of programs, and I have a lot of community clubs as well, and we do a lot of things in the community.
And are you somebody who has animals at home as well?
Yes, I also have a small farm and was raised on a farm as well, but not in South Carolina. My father was a dairy farmer all his life, and we milked cows and grew up that way. And I have a mini farm in Santee,
which is not too far from where I am. I need to come down and see your mini farm, don't I?
Yes.
But one of the things that we always hear about 4-Hers doing is we'll have, sometimes in our office, we'll have all these chickens back in the storeroom waiting to get picked up. So tell me how chickens fit into the 4-H schedule.
Well, we have a program with that. It's called the pullet chain, and the kids get the day-old pullets, which are the females, and the hens, and they get to raise them up till they're usually about 6 months old. Then they have a sale. They get 25. Some programs are different. Each region has it differently, and they get to keep so many of them, and then they sell so many of them back, and then that gets them to start learning about the chicken industry and raising eggs, and if they want to, for their families.
And also the responsibility of taking care of animals. That must be a large part of it, wouldn't it be?
Definitely, yes, and learning life skills as well.
Well, this is not a hen.
No,
I don't know much about chickens, but I don't think this is a hen.
No,
so tell me about our visitor today.
This is Marky Mark. He's a little Bantam rooster. He was actually in one of my embryology projects, which I do a lot of embryology in the classroom.
Now, what is embryology?
It is the study of eggs, and the kids get to it takes 21 days for a chicken egg to hatch, and so we put them in the incubators, and a lot of the kindergarten, first grade, it's their standards in the classroom for science, so we take in the incubator, and I have kits for them. They have the feeders, and they have a brooder as well after they're hatched.
A brooder being?
It's just a box that you put a lamp in to keep it warm.
Oh,
keep them warm. They need to stay a good 90 degrees after they are hatched. It's 100 degrees of the incubator to hatch them. So the kids learn all those aspects of embryology and study of eggs.
Now, was this fella?
And he was raised there. He was born in one of the classrooms, and I brought him home, and he was one of my eggs in the first place. I do provide a lot of the eggs for the classrooms for that.
And how old is this chicken?
He's about a year old. He was raised just exactly last year.
And he thinks he's one of you.
And he does. He does. And he's almost sleeping right now.
I know, isn't he beautiful?
Yeah.
So. I wish he'd wake up and give us one of those great bantams. Yeah. Well, now, a bantam is a small chicken, and you said that some of the children like to raise chickens to take to a show. You know, a great big chicken be kind of a lot for a little kid to have to handle.
And that's the great thing about having a bantam, doing that smaller children can handle them, and they can get them to walk, because showmanship is a part of this, because they can raise one and then they can show it.
So he has to walk?
Yes, they have a little stick and they show him how to walk and teaches them how to handle it and
So you guide them so that they can, that way I guess they want to see confirmation, and who's going to go pay attention to this egg? But that is a big egg for that chicken. I mean, first of all, roosters don't lay eggs, but this is not a bantam egg.
No, this is actually a silky egg. I took it out of the pen this morning so I could bring
Let's
it
hold
along
it still
to show
so
it,
people can see.
so they could see what it looks like. So.
Hey, Marky Mark, I wish you'd give us some Marky Mark noise. And a silky is another type of chicken that you said is very adaptable for children.
Yes, very much so. They're a small bantam in the bantam breed as well.
Oh, it
They're
is?
small. Yeah, yes. And they actually have feather legs, and they actually have extra toes. And so I teach kids all the difference. I will take 2 different types and let them see the different types of chickens.
So he has four toes.
Yes.
4.
And so you'll see.
And can a
next one.
chicken perch on a rung? Can he, will he perch for
He
you?
perches for you. Yes, sure he will.
Let's see if you can
Oh,
perch,
right
Marky
there.
Mark.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. Well, we're hearing a little bit of
Now we
noise.
want to.
For those of you at home, he does have a great big voice that does not go with his little size, does he?
No.
Now, Miracle, at home, you've got chickens, and you said some of them you're getting the eggs out from under them. So which type do you have for the eggs?
I have Rhode Island Reds.
That's a big chicken, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Uh-huh. And
They're
what
very
color
good
eggs?
The brown eggs.
Brown eggs. People like that.
Yes, ma'am.
And how many eggs do you get when they're in full production? How many chickens do you have?
I have about 10 hens, and I probably get 1 a day from each.
Ooh. So that's something that you can include in your produce business that you're starting.
Yes, ma'am, and I can use them for the embryology projects.
Oh, all right. But that won't turn out, that's going to give them some big chickens, though.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you said you've got some chickens that are just there to add ambiance to the farm. Tell me about those chickens.
We have a few free-range chickens. They just...
Thank you. We wanted some audio. You got some free-range chickens?
Yes, ma'am. They're just pretty to look at. We just like to see them running around the farm.
And they wake you up in the morning?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind, are some better for free-ranging than others?
Not necessarily. We just put several different kinds out there.
And then you said that your chickens that you are using for the eggs are in a confined space to be safe, but the others are outside, but you said they've got enough sense to go somewhere at night. And I thought, well, you told me they went was kind of fun. Tell me about it.
They hide in the top of the goat pen in the goat barn. They sleep with the goats at night.
And do y'all have meat goats or milk goats?
They're meat goats.
They're meat
I have
goats.
the South African meat boar goats.
My goodness. Well, I just think that life on the farm sounds fascinating, and we are so tickled to think that kids are learning that eggs don't come from the store.
Yes,
And
exactly.
Yeah, and that girls can do this too.
Of course.
Well, I want y'all must promise to come back the next time you're passing through with an interesting animal. And you mentioned that you're up here learning about the science lab. So before we close, tell us a little bit about the science lab.
The science trailer is a trailer that can be taken from county to county for you to use in 4-H programs.
Now he's not. He was camera shy at first. For 4-H programs.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what kind of things are on it?
There's little crafts you can do, the circuits like Miss Beverley was talking about. There's a lot of engineering and robotic things that you can do on it.
And Beverly, you are really interested in the science lab, so expand on that just a little bit for us.
The program is called Science on the Move, and we bring it to the different counties through the agents. From the PD in the Low Country area, we have 2 trailers. We have one in the upstate and one in the low state. We have 6 areas. We have geospatial, we have engineering and robotics, we have electrical and energy information programs, and these are all hands-on things that kids can do in the classroom or in a community or anywhere that they would like to do it. And we also have a website. It's called Sci on the Move, SCIONMOVE.org.
Well, hey. I'm excited to be a part of Clemson all the time, but when you get around 4-H and see the enthusiasm that y'all bring to your work with the kids, it really energizes us all, and we thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
We appreciate it.
And thank you, Mr. Marky.